I'm in Derby.
Everyone you know, from your local scene to your wildest dreams, ready to sell, let's go. It's time to listen to the Jmaes talk show. Yeah.
Today on the programme, I'll be talking to Joey from The Public Eye, a solo artist called Daryl, and later on a band called Dive. And we're talking to musicians. But first, if you're a musician, you've probably been on the BBC Introducing programme, which broadcasts here at Radio Derby, also Nottingham and Leicestershire. But this is the one for today. But now, we're going to go meet Joey Greener, the lead singer of The Public Eye at Dubrek Studios here in Derby. Come on.
Feeling rough, I'm feeling raw, I'm in the prime of my life.
So, tell me exactly where it all started for you.
Where it all started, I'm Joey, I play in a band called The Public Eye. We met on FIFA, we met playing FIFA together. I tell this story all the time, but it's a fun enough story to tell. Me and our guitarist Jonah, we used to play in a pro clubs team together. We were like looking for a CDM and we really needed one, and he ended up coming in and we had similar music tastes, so we got together. And then I'd heard about the other
God, I might have to wait.
glasses. I'd heard about all these glasses flying. I'd heard about the other lads because they were all very, very competent musicians, and I was like,
Right.
I want them to be in my band.
So they were all everyone was sort of in their own zone.
Yeah, well, this is it. None of us really knew each other, which I thought was cooler. Because getting together, it was like we'd created this new family, like sort of thing. It was really nice.
Yeah. But how did you personally? How do you feel that you started like all together? Like,
I got a guitar because my older brother Jake, is somewhere in the background there, he used to play guitar all the time, and I thought I really want to have a guitar as well. And well, when I was younger, I was just really shit at football, so Mum would have maybe do musical theatre because it was like, okay, that's the opposite.
there's the next thing we could try and pigeonhole.
Let's put him into that.
Yeah.
And as I got a bit older, I sort of just got more into the playing guitar and thinking this is cool, I like this. And I mean, when I was learning like Ed Sheeran and stuff like that when I first started, it wasn't as cool. But,
yeah, I mean, you got to start somewhere.
But yeah, sort of went forward with that, and then lockdown hit, and I did all these like gigs on my driveway.
I think I saw that. I think that was like near, because we both were on the Dean Jackson virtual show.
Yeah.
I think, and I remember just thinking like, wow, this guy's better than me.
No, I must have been like 14.
But you were like just a very natural born performer. I felt like you've always fell into that kind of thing quite well. And I just assumed you were like a prodigy or something. Like.
Prodigy.
Yeah.
No, and
I mean, yeah, like you play a lot of like Arctic Monkeys and sort of Alex Turner sort of bass. I remember that being sort of your backbone when you were a bit younger.
I think when you're like around that age, that's what you obsess yourself with.
Yeah.
It's like I want
Sort
to
of copy your
be
idols.
all of these bands. Yeah, 100%.
You're definitely like falling into more of your own pocket now. Do you feel? Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
Because I would feel that way. Like it's sort of, yeah, like The Public Eye has created this. Like you have your influences, but you're finding your own feet with everything, and it's been a long road. Like
100%.
like
a couple of years now.
Years. Yeah. So Joey, would you have? Where's the rest of your band today? Would you have invited them or?
Not really worth bringing down, mate. To be honest, none of them. But we both like to talk about the state of our marriage.
Ah, right. Yes, of course.
If that's okay.
I mean, I think it all started when the kung fu came into the mixer.
I've spent way too much time doing kung fu, just neglecting the relationship.
This is instructor, mate.
Do you think this is affecting the band as well?
Yeah, I've not been showing up to practice. I've just been karate chopping wood boards, and I think I've got a bit of a problem.
Yeah, but we can resolve these issues.
100%.
How did you write The Wire?
It's a proper moody track. I was a bit younger. I was coming out of like a relationship, and I was like, I'm going to throw all of this on here, which is it was a very like one-sided point of view. You know when you're in that kind of mood, and I was throwing everything on the page, and came out and I was like, I quite like it. I think it was a good way to deal with things at the time, putting it onto that instead of putting it to anyone else.
Yeah.
Like, just dealing with it in that way. And then in regards to the music, like it was it all sort of came together in the studio. Like we put loads of extra bits on. Like we had these like electronic bits of bass.
Made it like sound massive, like through like putting strings and stuff like that on it. So that's where most of like the integral, like the.
Did you like string, like sort of synth strings, or like how are we doing that? Like
we used the like the BBC Orchestra plugin, and just sort of whatever was coming to my head, I was like, we need to do this on the keys, and it all sort of fell in really nice. I wanted to do. I think a lot of people can put strings on and not really care about it, and just like have it follow the chords. But I think if they're there, they've got to warrant their space. Like they've got to want to be there. So I teased it a little bit coming up to that last chorus, and then had these big strings in the end where we'd written all these like intertwining parts that went in together really nice with all the violins and stuff.
And people think it's an actual like.
No, that was it.
Actual strings.
Yeah, I mean, you can really get some good stuff these days. I mean, it's all impressive. But what would you say in terms of like arrangement now? It's like back then, it's sort of like a lot. You're more like you're an established band, so you're like consciously thinking we're making songs now. It's not just like from the heart, like you know, expression as much. Or do you feel it's still very similar? It's like we don't make something if it's.
I think there's a nice balance. I'd like to say, like we do definitely take it into account when we're writing stuff that it needs to feel good for us, but it also needs to like it can't be too self-serving.
Yeah.
Because we're trying to like market it, I guess, and put it out there. But I think we've struck a nice balance where I definitely like the songs that we're making, and I think that they can be appealing to a wider audience than just myself.
Yeah. What do you know about Derby?
I'm a singer in Kez. I'm also a poet. Do a lot of education work as well, like freelance education stuff. Believe it or not, bizarrely, I'm actually an associate lecturer at Derby University as well, which some people don't know. That's in the creative and professional writing department. I have a long career, I suppose. I've not necessarily, got anywhere.
I was just about to ask you, how long would you say that you've been like in the scene these days?
Well, the first time I did a gig at the Vic in Derby, I believe I was 14 or 15, and I'm now 41. So I've been a long time in it.
How long's Kez been going on for?
We first started jamming together in 2022. I think it was sometime in summer 2022. Without going back through my messages, I wouldn't be able to tell you the specific date. And then we did our first gig in June 2023. So I suppose when it hits June this year, we've been gigging for 2 years. We've probably not done as many gigs as what a lot of bands would do in that time, but that's partly down to me being a bit miserable. Like I'm too long in the tooth to just go and do any gig. I only really do gigs that I think are going to be good and that I'm going to enjoy.
I think that's a good thing to have though, 100%. As someone who's come and watched one of your gigs before, you can definitely see that you're hitting it where it's important. I'd say like you're playing the gigs that you want to play, and you can tell being in the crowd watching that, it's enjoyable.
Yeah, man. Because I'm old, essentially, I don't really want to put myself in a position of doing gigs that I won't enjoy. Don't get me wrong, we've done a couple that weren't that enjoyable, but mostly I've really enjoyed all the gigs we've done, and I want to continue down that path, really.
100%.
And also, it's also about the songwriting and everything else. So I enjoy doing that. I enjoy writing songs. I enjoy being involved in that process. I enjoy going in the studio. Apart from listening to them lot doing the same thing all the time, I'm quite happy to get out of the room when drummers pissing about. You know what I mean? To put it bluntly. I'll be honest. At that point in my life, I was really opposed to it. I'd kind of said for many years that I would never do a band again. Because being in a band's like being married to like 3 or 4 people at the same time.
100%.
And
they're all mad heads. That's
that don't bother me. I mean, I'm not exactly sane myself. It's not the madness that worries me. It's more having to rely on people.
Of course.
And with my poetry career, I've got to a stage where I don't rely on anyone, and I'm very used to it. It's just me. It's all down to me. And so if I was going to get in a band again, people are going to have to be on board with my level of commitment. Do you get what I mean?
I think you can definitely see the lads that you've got around you are fucking, do you know what I mean? It seems tight as fuck.
Yeah, man. Yeah, do you know what? We get on really well. We don't have any issues. I mean, I couldn't be in a band with someone. I've been there before, mate. I've been in bands with people and I don't really get on with them. And I'm not about that anymore. I'm not about trying to play along and please someone. If someone in my band pisses me off, they can fuck off out the band. Simple as that. That's how it would be. And at the end of the day, I really love the lads. Like, we actually, I do love them. They're like me. They're my brothers at the end of the day.
100%.
And so, yeah, so I started speaking to Jack and Taylor, and they had really good knowledge of music, man. And I was digging a lot of the stuff, the reference points they were coming up with, like, when they tell me they like The Fall and they like The Stranglers, that's like, and they like old punk stuff, The Clash and everything, I'm down with that. But then they've introduced me to, like, newer stuff as well, like Kid Capici and Viagra Boys and Fontaines, do you know what I mean? So that it was like a nice learning curve for me in terms of getting involved with them. And then we got, and Greg, my drummer, he used to be in, he was the drummer in one of my old bands. So we kind of demoed some stuff just to some drum loops, and I sent it to Greg, and I was like, "Are you in?" And he was like, "Yeah, I'm in." And so that's like the missing piece in the jigsaw.
Yeah.
And it works really well. It's a good balance. We've got the two young uns, then the two miserable old bastards, basically, and it kind of works. It works nice. It's a nice dynamic. It's weird, man, because I've planned all this stuff like last year, and the conversations are taking place, and we kind of know who's going to be producing that, and we know roughly what's going on, but keeping things a little bit secretive for now.
100%.
And then after that, it'll be for me, it's always about the long form thing of a project. So it'll be an album. You know what I mean? That's the next step.
It'd be really cool to get some Kez on vinyl.
Kez on vinyl would be well nice, mate. I don't even care if we sell one copy.
Yeah,
just have your own vinyl would be nice. Yeah. And then we've got other stuff that we're still negotiating and everything. But yeah, man, just keep going, mate. I'm realistic about the music industry. It's bullshit, and it's fixed, and it's about pay to play, and it's about pay for your PR, and it's about who you know, nepotism, and I'm quite prepared for all that bollocks, mate. At the end of the day, I'd rather do it on merit. You know what I mean? And I believe in what we've got. Ultimately, I know it sounds bad, but I don't give a fuck what anyone else thinks. It's not my issue,
mate.
Mate.
Something to you than pay to play.
Yeah, man. It's not like a thing for me. Don't get me wrong. It obviously makes me happy if it connects with people and people engage with it and people like it. But at the same time, I'm pretty selfish about my art, and as long as I like it, I'm not really bothered.
1 million%. I think that's the fucking best note to fucking put it to, man. Jamie Fudge from Kez. Absolute
nice
sweetness.
Good to see you, bro.
And you, always. Sweet. It's our new one. It's called Julia. Hope you enjoy it. I'm moving, yeah. Side of your brings memories I shouldn't have thought about, I shouldn't say. They're watching you on the big lens, baby. The brickwork of my heart sitting in the corner, babe. Oh, Julia. Oh, Julia. There's something I forgot to say. Oh, Julia. Oh, Julia, something I forgot to say. So I left my reverence there on a wall we shared, and the fingernails bled a song addressed to you. With a face they stripped our feeling,
Yeah, they cut my tongue. I reflect my words through a picture face of you. Oh, Julia. Oh, Julia. Something I forgot to say. Oh, Julia. Oh, Julia. Something I forgot to say. Lose control of all need to be saved in the face of pain. There are no heroes. Lose control of all need to be saved in the face of pain. There are no heroes. Oh, Julia. Oh, Julia. There's something I forgot to say. I said there's something I forgot to say. Oh, Julia. Oh, Julia. Something I forgot to say. I said there's something I forgot to say.
Hello. Hello. Here we are at the your place.
Welcome to MTV Squats.
All right.
This is where we're at. Welcome to the art building. This is the art building. It's a very, very nice place to practice.
So show me some of
Let's
the
take the tour.
show me some of the sites. This is sort of the this is sort of where you guys commune. This is the battle positions.
Yeah,
Yeah.
100%. This is the barracks.
All right. Where does everyone go? So Zach's back there.
Zach's back there. Kevin there.
Kevin here.
Jonah there.
Jonah there.
Myself here. Sort of in a circle formation.
Yeah. Sort of seance. Yeah.
A seance, yeah, literally.
You were saying this building's haunted. Can you elaborate on that?
So the ghost of the pub is called Ma Baker, and she's
Marbella.
Ma Baker, like Marbella.
Yeah.
But mate, don't start taking the piss out of Ma Baker. It'll all go west.
Because I thought you were saying Mark Baker.
Mark Baker, no, Ma Baker. This woman, she's
Ma-
the landlady.
Ma
Yeah, like M-A-R.
Bayer.
Ma Baker.
Baker.
Like she's baking things. But
It's Ma Baker, not Marbella for all the ones.
Marbella. Again, a place in the sun, mate. That's where we are. Yeah, she haunts the place. Ma Baker haunts the whole place. There's been loads of things that have gone off, like that speaker over there lifting up into the air. I don't know if we can get a big zoom on the speaker, but lifting slightly up into the air and then dropped straight down, and you heard it like bang, and it was like, that's surely not happened in front of all of us. It was not.
You've witnessed some
Paranormal activity.
Yeah, which arguably is another thing Derby has claimed to be. It's a big haunted city.
That's it. World's most haunted city. Well, maybe not world's, England's,
Yeah.
and then best car park. They're what we've got to offer.
And the
Exclusively.
public eye.
And the public eye, number 3. They're just under them. That's what they have. On the sign when you come in, that's what it says.
If you just like take us through what all this is.
Don't get that on the camera. This is just loads of spare things, I guess. We've got some set lists. Is that one of our set lists?
Yeah.
No way.
We've got the ones from when we supported the ratings in here somewhere.
That's sick.
Oh, they're on the floor. I think it's
Spare things.
Oh. Yeah.
Brilliant.
The set list from when we supported the ratings. in there.
When was this?
May the 5th.
Be with you.
Can you explain the national flags here? What's going?
They've just always been here. It's the same as like over there. There's like loads of candid photos of random people on the back wall. It's just part of the decor.
Who decorated this room? Do you know?
Landlords.
Mark Walsh. Mark Walsh decorated this room.
Mark Walsh.
Mark Walsh,
Not
not Mark
Mark.
Baker.
All right.
And all these like signs on the side here are all from different like pubs and stuff that have like closed down in Derby, and he somehow just managed to get a hold of them. So it's a pretty cool room. There's some really cool stuff in here, like just random stuff. A lot of it he got out of skips.
It's yeah, like there's church pews here.
Yeah, literally.
All right. I don't know, but you.
I think you've got to have a bit of a cluttered practice room to make your music a bit less cluttered. I feel like if there's like mess around you, then I guess, I don't know, you're probably less internally messy if you're thinking about it in that kind of way. But
surround yourself with lots of things, and it kind of sinks into your creative process.
if you want to rent this as well, we're subletting without the White Horses knowing. So if anyone would like, it's a creative space. You can come in here, live, sleep.
You're tutoring people as well.
Yeah, we are. We're doing all sorts.
You're doing guitar lessons
for
the elderly.
Science lessons in here as well. All sorts of stuff.
Rate the Carling out of 1 to Burton Trent. Yeah.
I'll give the Carling like 0 out of Burton on Trent
because
it's a Heineken, but the actual is, but it is in a Carling glass. And the Heineken though is like it's a solid 10 out of 10. Amazing.
It's Dutch beer in a Burton on Trent glass.
Straight up, as it should be, as it was intended to be.
Pint of Guinness here with Calvin. It's in a 2018 glass. Wow.
Jeez.
I don't know. I mean, you don't really need a widget for a glass that old. As your previous employment here, would you say that you understand much glass knowledge?
Yeah, I know they hurt when you break them in your hand.
Correct.
Yo. Hello guys, welcome to my studio. I wish I had a cool name for this place, but I don't. But welcome. This is the studio. We've got some guitars and shit here. This guitar is a very dear guitar to me. I stole this from my dad. He let me borrow it about 15 years ago, and this has made every song that I've played pretty much on. And he keeps asking for it back. He's never getting it back. My acoustic, which you sometimes never see me play. The bass, which as a black person, I actually never had a bass lesson in my life, but apparently we just like born knowing how to do that shit. But yeah, this is where all of the magic happens. We use this old Mac. She's struggling for her life, but she's the best. Sometimes I'm scared she might explode, but she literally, for the past 15 years, any song that you've heard me on that's produced by me was all made on this bad boy. We've got the drum kit, which I play real terribly, and yeah, this is me, man. This is my studio. If you see over here, we have a very interesting list of songs that are like due to come out at some point. I made some of these songs probably like 5-6 years ago, maybe even longer, and I look at it and I'm like, these are the songs where I remember them so fondly, and I'm like, they need to come out at some point. But yeah. Oh,
I'll tell you a lie, just saying I'm fine. I'll fake you a smile surrounded by clones. I dance on my own, who's scratching the floor. I hate who I am and feeling that bad. I could've just crashed out. Knowing you feel it, I'm never alone. Ain't that meaning that I wanna know? That's on the way down. Way. Darling, I'm afraid to go up. That left me feeling stuck. Hoping that wave that's enough. Enough to waste away. Oh darling, I could waste away. Enough to waste a day. Oh darling, I could waste away. Enough to waste away. Oh darling, I could waste a day. Enough to waste away. Oh darling, I could waste away. My smile, that's a lie, I'm on fire. And you warm in the glow, that's desire. I get lost, feeling hope when it's dire. Let me know if you know I'm a fraudster, baby, that could feel awful. No one noticed I'm at KMS. Watch the rope and now I hold on. Other side I might say I'm Jeff. Through the table, through a mattress, babe. You might see me. Wait, I could really use imagination. Sing a song about the hell I've made. That could be just as good, my baby. A little way too fucking honest. You might make me feel I wanna vomit. Kept on dancing, looped on going on. I could really get used to you. How'd you feel about the frame for the painting? Somehow begging that you drive me insane. I get glock when it's there, when I'm faded. All my life I've been fucking jaded. I just hope that you match my crazy and jump the shark. We can last for ages. That could last a couple days. You say you fucking hate me when it's all in vain. Killing time I can waste away.
This part of the song I'm expecting to have like a little dance break and shit. See people doing the robot, like yeah, no, we're good.
Enough to waste away. Oh darling, I could waste away. Enough to waste a day. Oh darling, I could waste a day. Enough to waste away. Oh darling, I could waste away. Enough to waste away. Oh darling, I could waste away. Enough to waste away. Oh darling, I could waste away. Enough to waste away. Oh darling, I could waste away.
Yeah,
This is like a whole new world for me, because like it's like, what is this?
Okay, so I use Reason, which nobody else uses. I know lots of people who make music, yeah, and everyone uses Logic or Ableton, Pro Tools. No, Pro Tools nobody uses that because it's so expensive. Yeah. But what do you call it? Ableton, Logic.
That's basically it, essentially.
Fruit Loops. Yeah. So many people. I started using Reason like my first ever thing because I could crack it. I could nobody else uses it, but I like it because it's like it looks like hardware, and coming from like
it's like a soundboard, really, isn't it?
Yeah, coming from like playing guitars and instruments and stuff growing up, I feel like when I look at this, it makes more sense to me, like from like being in an actual studio.
This is like your sort of origins.
Yeah.
This is where you kind of started when it comes to music.
Yeah, so it looks like an actual rack, like in an actual real life studio, even though like, one day I feel like I will have a real life.
Analog it.
Yeah, analog stuff, but because it looks like analog, it just feels more at home. But I've also used it my whole life, so it's like what I'm used to.
You fall back on it. Like.
Yeah, and I know all the shortcuts and stuff. Like I've used Logic so much in my life, but if I'm in the studio,
if you don't have to use it, you're like, this is my.
Yeah, if I'm in the studio when I'm working with someone who's using Logic, I will do stuff and be like, can you like copy and paste this, and like ask people, because they can like do their commands and stuff way quicker. I can't do that shit. But like the bass line that I put in here is like super Justice. The vocal line is like all Justice. The one that's coming in here.
Left, right.
Like that, yeah, if it plays properly. Kind of.
Some bass. It's solid though.
Yeah, like the vocal line in the background, that's like all Justice, and like the Tame Impala song with Justice that came out last year as well. But all those strings and stuff like that's all me like
Yes.
stealing directly from Justice, who I got to see at the time of like getting that sample. When I remember coming back from France, and then straight away the day I got back from France, I had a show in Manchester, and I was like, oh, I don't even get a chance to like go. First thing I was thinking, I want to go back and sample that straight away. Had to go to Manchester. The day after I came straight back and started working on the song. Within like 12 hours, I had like most of the song done. It's like 3 a.m. I've got work the next day, and I'm like, oh, let me just stay up for another hour to try and write a little bit more.
You're really like, you're in a good pocket for like creativity. It's like, would you say in the past you were like not as hungry for it, but
No,
this has been your constant like. There's never a day that's like this is what comes first in your mind, like.
Yeah, no, I'm like outside my I go to my day job, and then like after
That's
that,
just
it's
money
like,
though, isn't it?
Yeah,
Like, at the end of the day.
I have to do that to be able to live. But then like I do this to actually live. Like every day, I spoke about this on stage yesterday. Like not many people see the amount of hours that I spend actually in this room.
This isn't a hobby, like it's
Yeah,
it's
no,
a full-time job that
yeah.
doesn't pay that well.
Yeah, do you know what? Yeah, I got my undergrad is in music management, and then I did something super dumb and got a master's in electronic music composition. So basically, I'm like super skilled at something that nobody really like needs.
But you're using it.
Yeah, and I'm using it, but also I dropped the Meteor. That was my first project, and bear in mind I've been making music since I was like 15. So at this point, like I'm like just desperate to get as much music out as I can, especially because I really hated how the Meteor came about. But because of how much of this is like all me, takes me absolutely. I feel like this album, I wanted it out like 6 months ago, but it's probably going to be like another 3-4 months before I can actually get all of the stuff done to get it out. But yeah, no, this is like everything.
This is more like there's more passion behind this, or just sort of different vibe.
No, different vibe. I would say if so.
You just have sort of bad memories for doing the Meteor, and
Yeah, the Meteor was just like a grueling ordeal for me. Like I lived in London for like 10 years, and I'd just moved back to Derby, and like it was like I'd been in London for 10 years and then coming back, and everyone's lives moved on, and I moved on, and then like coming back and then having to like restart a new life here, and like. Yeah, so it was like a real like weird lonely time in my life, and making that album was like literally.
When did you come back, like to Derby?
Like 3 years ago, but I spent a year making the Meteor, and literally was like inside my house. I moved in here about 2 months after I came back to Derby, and spent.
Good part of a year.
The better part of a year, just like in here, locked in, trying to make this album. That's why I really didn't like it, because I was like, it was Whereas while I've been making this, I have people here all the time. There's like,
I think in terms of Derby, though, I think like you say, 3 years ago, it's a different place now. I think. Things in terms of music, people. I guess pandemic's over as well. Is a good sign. It's starting to happen, like events like yesterday. Do you feel like more confident in the city, and like there's a good support network, and people are like happy to like really get into it, you know? Like
most definitely. Do you know what's crazy? I'm kind of old now, so I'm 30 in a week and a half.
Crazy.
Yeah, and I feel like when I was 18, I was like desperate to leave Derby because
I think it doesn't, especially if you're saying. You know, that was a good part of like 10 odd year ago. Like, there was nothing happening
there.
There
was no scene whatsoever.
There was especially for like this kind of music. Like, there was. Yeah. It's hard to come by.
Yeah, to be honest, and even when I was in London, I felt like, to be honest, the music. Even making this in London, I felt like there wasn't really beat for it because the stuff that people appreciate in London, I feel like, especially in rap communities and stuff, is way different to what I feel like Derby is into now, because there's like so many, like, I feel like the touch points of music where people can like understand it here is different to London. I feel like London's very like narrow-minded, like very much in the sense if there's like
I don't know how to
London
describe
sounds.
it. Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, whereas Derby doesn't necessarily have a sound, so it's like you can really do what you want, and like that would work here because there's
people are
nothing,
open to it.
Yeah, there's way more.
Definitely all the people I've known in the past 5-6 years, it's just like that they don't really care. Like me, I know you guys, and I'm so different. I feel like I don't fit in, you know. It's just like, but you're still like, yeah, cool, man.
Yeah,
I'm just like, cheers.
Do you know what? I feel that it's so much a similar way where like yesterday I was like looking around the room. And
All the drillers in that.
Yeah, no, not even just drillers, but like even like the just like the different subcultures of people that like exist in this.
But
one place.
no one's hating. They're
Yeah,
just
no
like,
one's hating.
they're
Like
just
real
like
positive vibes.
like,
And
yeah,
everything.
man.
Everyone's accepting of everything, and like went from 1 second of like me playing like weird pop songs and stuff to the next second like someone doing like boom bap and stuff like that, and then like next second Eyes doing grime and stuff, and like then Louis coming on and doing drill. So like all of those things in one night just like shows you how much like diversity there is in the city.
It's, and I was saying earlier about this scene how it's it is growing, and I think if you want something to grow, you do need to allow everything to grow. Like you can't just say it's got to be this city. It's this is the sound of this city. It's like if you're doing something, champion it because it could go far and it could like help the city out and you know like, move it forward.
That's when I first saw like I don't think I know anyone who we know people that
we have like maybe 2 or 3 mutuals or something.
You popped up on my Instagram one day and I was just like, yo, he's from Derby and he's doing like cool shit like the talk show and shit. Yeah, bro. I've had I've had this idea where I was good like because I've got like the drum kit and everything.
Yeah.
I was like if I wanted to do a talk show where we'd have musical guests in like the studio, but then like run the talk show in the other room and like have like a live audience and shit. And then I seen your shit and I was like, yo, fuck, someone's already doing
No. I've said this earlier, and we had we were in Dubrak. Yeah. And we had Joey from one band and Jamie from another band called Kez. Yeah. And I got them together to chat to each other because Jamie's like 40 odd and Joey's like 19, I think. So it's like 2 generations. Like the guy's been in Derby and him sort of really expressing how, it was tough. Like there was nothing, even when he was like doing it, it was like dudes doing like punk bands, which was like kind of the big thing anyway. And like they're probably, somewhere 20 odd years ago. But like, I don't know, it's fun to sort of dissect that and see where things are coming. And I say, I'm doing this, but everyone should do it. You know, like it's a platform that I've made for myself. It's just off my own channel. Like if people want to like, if you had more knowledge on your background, get your guys together, chat about it, get people and let people know that it's happening.
I never thought it would happen, but it did. Ha ha. And I know that it's mine. It's taken, it's laid up another way, and I can blame what you say, no, what you say. Stop me. Now you see that Romeo, I'm dangerously yours. How now you see the Romeo, I'm dangerously yours. How now you see the Romeo, I'm dangerously yours. I'm not your Caesar Romeo, yo. You climb the wall. You gotta run, you gotta jump. come after me, or chase me, or blind me, blind me, blind me, blind me. You want, I want, they want, they want. Oh.
Hello, how are you doing?
Not too bad, not too bad.
So I'm here with
Sam.
Sam, nice to meet you.
Brad.
Brad, okay. Bo.
Hello.
Who are you?
Nice to meet you.
I feel like I know you. maybe.
Yeah, I've seen you before somewhere.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna come and have a chat with you guys today, if that's all right.
Absolutely. I didn't know that was happening.
No, okay, yeah. Okay, so we're here with Dive, here in Sam's cave.
my man cave.
Yeah.
It's not a
Shed in the garden.
It's a shed in the garden, and we've just heard one of their tracks, which the title, where did it come from?
Dangerously Yours? Oh, right. In all honesty, my girlfriend, she has a poster in her room from like a 1940s or 30s black and white movie called Dangerously Yours. And, you know, I was in bed and the poster was there and I just sort of went, oh, that's kind of cool. And I never actually watched the movie. She's watched it about 40 odd times, but I just really liked the name. I thought it kind of stuck. And the song itself is sort of about what I briefly know about the movie, about someone, it's like two people in love on like a boat or something like that, and like one of them's more interested than the other. So it's sort of like that. Bless you.
What other influences would you say sort of artistically influence you?
Right.
Say, like movie titles and.
Like bands or?
You just said movie title.
No,
Anything.
Like you say, you've taken a movie title there, and you've said that's the song. Did that inspire that song, or was it more just?
Yeah, 100%. No, I've never watched it, but the movie, like the meaning behind it, sounds really interesting. According to my girlfriend Sienna, it's just about one person in love and the other person's like, oh, you're not right, apparently. So I just sort of thought like writing a song about that and the title as well, like Dangerously Yours, is like so. It's a very standout kind of thing. And as a band, we all started writing it. So it's like one of those things where like, I had the idea in my head, and then as a team, not a team, a band, we sort of just like came up with this sound for it, and it just really felt right, like the speed and everything, you know. Very like, we was listening to a lot of like Block Party at the time, and Basement and stuff like that as well. So,
Yeah, it came together dead quick, I think.
yeah,
It
definitely.
should have happened.
Would you say that's sort of how it goes in general? Just sort of you get in here, and it sort of just happens because you're.
No.
We just kind of make stuff up on the fly, don't
You
we?
could be here for hours, kind of.
I think that happens
yeah.
sometimes. You're just like, let's do something with this, and then it'll go like really easy, like Dangerously Yours, or it just won't.
It's a
it'd be
rabbit
really
hole.
hard to
Yeah.
get something going, but
Yeah.
it happens eventually.
Where do you all meet?
Oh my god, I love this story.
Oh,
Right.
That old time tale. Well, I knew Brad from college. Me and Brad used to study at Confetti. And, oh, there you go, sorry. A lot of the camera crew seem to have gone there. Sorry for your troubles.
It's the second confetti shout out in the show, actually.
Is it?
Well, we both studied there and we were best friends instantly, man. And we worked together a lot in a lot of different stuff, whether it was metal or, you know, doing side things for people like guitar and stuff like that.
Weren't you in a Britpop band?
I was. I don't want to talk about that though. I just don't really want to talk about that.
Yeah. So you put your hands in a lot of different pots, and you know. Quite
I've
a
had
bit.
my fingers in many pies. Many. No, but we had another guitarist before Brad, and it didn't work out, but we're still really good friends with him. Big up Dan, I love you, man. And the way that the band met before Brad joined was we was in the Weatherspoons. I think it's better that Sam tells it, because Sam has a little love story for it.
a little love story.
Yeah.
So we were on a night out, standing order in Derby, lovely place, and we were in the smoking area outside.
Call it lovely.
Yeah, well, not lovely.
Used to be a bank.
Yeah.
Yeah, I found
It's
that
one of the
out
better
recently.
spoons.
Yeah,
it's
the
still
cheapest one in
yeah.
the country, apparently.
Oh,
Cheapest.
Yeah.
Cheapest in the country. That's
I know what
incredible.
we're doing after this.
I mean, no, probably not. In our ads, it's just like this is the norm. But,
Yeah,
you
it's
know.
deep speed.
But we were in the smoking area, and I remember I was like talking to like one of our mates or something like that, and then I get a tap on the shoulder, and it's Bo, and he goes like, "Oh, I'd only known you like what, like
Yeah, it's a mate of a mate at that point, really.
yeah, because I've known him
Friend
since
of
like
a
first year
Friend
of
of a
college,
friend.
and Bo turns to me and he goes, "Do you want to be in a band?" And I go, "I can't really play anything like at all." And he went, "Oh, I learn drums, it's easy," and he lied.
I never said it was easy, but I did, and I did lie.
How did this
So-
kit get in here?
Oh, a lot of hard work and determination, and a few
Facebook
tears.
Marketplace.
I had to take it up like bit by bit.
Yeah.
Because I used to live like the other side of town, and it's a nightmare to move it, horrible. But it's here now, so.
So how many years is that? Or?
That was about a year and a half ago.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
I
it was,
reckon.
wasn't it? Yeah.
It's pretty tight for a year and a
Yeah.
half.
Our first gig that we ever played, where was it? Angel Microbrewery.
Go on, both say it.
I can't pronounce the third word of that venue.
Right, Angel Microbrewery, and we'd only been practicing for like a month. Sam had only played drums for a month. We did the first gig, and it went pretty well.
It was a Christmas gig as well.
Yeah, Christmas gig.
It's very nice. With
Very
Silent,
festive.
Silent Confidant, so thank you very much. They were the ones that gave us our first chance.
That's what we get to put you out there.
Yeah, it was nice.
Yeah,
Besides, sure.
How many letters are in the word dive?
4 letters.
Yeah.
Yeah, 4.
And which letter do you think you are in the word?
Ooh.
The full stop. If there should be one.
You're the D.
On the day.
Just off vibes.
I'm a V.
You're V?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so.
This sounds oddly sexual.
Am I the I? Might be the I.
You got,
Nah,
you got
you-
glasses on, so probably.
Oh yeah.
You're the eyes.
I'm the I.
Brad's at E because it's like silent.
Div.
Where do you feel you want to take the band? Like, what sort of? There's nothing really big, grand thoughts. It's just like this is.
I want to
something
play
you
Rock
enjoy.
City.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Just an achievable goal. Like,
if we did that, I'd be
crack at
happy.
it. Yeah.
That's
Call it a
what
day,
I
I think.
think. Yeah.
I think I'd very much like to play the Bodega. If anyone from the Bodega is watching, please, you don't have to pay us. We'll do it for free. But I've also really like to do like a bigger gig in Derby. The problem is though, the Derby music scene. A lot of people would say that there is nothing there. I wouldn't say that. I think there's a big misconception that the music scene of Derby is slightly dull or dead, and I care to disagree with that. There was a news tabloid thing online about saying that the scene is dead and like it's just this and that and this and that. It's all about. But I from what I've seen, I feel like I wouldn't say it's more or less dead. I'd say that there's a lot of people that don't get given chances because of the type of music they play. Derby's very, I'd say, somewhat stuck in a time of 90s Britpop, which is a great time, and I'm not judging it. I think it's more to do with the fact that people don't really want to open their ears to different sorts of music. For us, it's very difficult because we're a bit of a mix of like shoegaze and maybe sort of that post-punk, yeah, thing.
Yeah, shoegaze, post-punk, little bit like indie.
When we feel like it.
We're just us, and it's kind of annoying that people want to hear a certain type of music all the time. But we really hope that people, especially the younger people at Derby, will, you know, feel comfortable to come down and listen to the music, you know, and just support the local scene. And we want to, you know, also get out of Derby as much as we want to play there. You know, we've done some gigs in Sheffield and Notts is always a really nice one for us because more people come down in Notts for some reason, and we've got a gig in He now on the 22nd of February, which we're looking forward to at this, like, where is it? The Conservative Club. So we've heard it's a bit rough, but you know,
that's like kind of on brand.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
A punk band playing in a conservative place. It's fun.
I've got plans, but I can't share them with you.
Of course, this program will be out in March, so
Yeah.
unfortunately,
it'll already have happened.
people will.
Have you enjoyed the show?
This will be like funny context,
Yeah.
like seeing this if they are aware of what occurred at the conservative.
The event of
Should have
the
been there.
Conservative Club.
Should have been there.
when the band broke up.
Do you feel you found a sound that like you feel at home with? Like it's like.
I don't think we have.
I don't think we have yet. No.
But I think that's good to
Yeah.
not have like a specific sound.
We're always like trying like new stuff, aren't we? Like
Yeah.
you'll go, oh look,
Like
I can do this with my
you're
pedal.
a new band. Like
Yeah.
You could argue like a year ago, almost or so, drums weren't in your life.
Oh,
Now it's a massive part of it.
Yeah. It's a crazy time.
It's like the only thing I knew about drumming was like from my uncle Carl, who's like absolute legend on the drums. And then he'd come to me and like tell me stuff about drums that just over my head. Now I'm there like chatting to him, going like, oh yeah, I can do that. Yeah.
Where do you get the bass from then?
My bass.
Or just like when did bass start?
I started playing bass in lockdown
Yeah.
ages ago. Yeah. It was
5
like,
years ago.
I didn't even
Yeah.
know it was,
Oh, God.
I thought
Yeah.
it was longer.
No, it's 5 years ago because I've always loved music. Like I wouldn't have been like a music person, but I'd never tried to play anything or like been, you know, had any experience on instrument. I thought, yeah, I'll get bass. It's sound. And my uncle, he's in a band as well, Scarantinos. They're brilliant if you love ska. He gave me like all the gear, and then I bought like very crap fake Squire bass.
Yeah.
I've just been playing that.
That's all you need.
Yeah, ever since. Never had one lesson.
Brad,
can
would you
tell.
like to say anything at all about how you've joined this band? You're sort of a late arrival, would you say? Is it?
Yeah. Well, I've been friends with Bo for ages, and then I had found.
I'd care to say best friends.
Okay, best friends with Bo over here. And then obviously the guitarist, they needed a new guitarist, and I just left my band, and it's not really a genre that I was probably strongest in for me, because my main influences are more metal based. But I thought it'd be cool if I came along, and I really enjoy it with these guys. It's really fun, and it's something different, and you know, I just really like it, I guess.
Never heard him speak that long.
I don't know what to say, but
That's a very sweet sentence.
I've never seen him smile. Well done, mate. Lollipop for that.
I think it's hard because I can see that this is like a thing, and then like I think you just kind of love it. Like it's fun to be a part of, and like you get a kick out of that.
I think we're all a bit, like, not to sound like cringy, we're all a bit.
What are you going to say?
Sorry. I think we're all a bit different. We're all a bit misfits. You know what I mean? Like, none of us belong together, but we make it work. Like, Finn's like the lad, and like Sam's like.
Sam likes Lana Del Rey.
Yeah, Sam's like Sam's.
I like what I like. You know?
Sam's like the sort of like the gentle soul, and I think I'm a bit of like the moody arsehole, and I think Brad's the quiet sort of content and very to himself, but it works out very well for all of us.
You just bounce off each other.
Yeah.
I think that's kind of we had you know Kez.
Yeah.
We had a chat with Jamie from Kez.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't. I got Joey to talk to him.
Yeah,
And then he was talking about how it's like he'd been in the business for ages, and Bro's like, you know, grown. And I think he was talking about a marriage of like, you kind of got to love these people to work with them.
Yeah.
You can't just be in it and I don't know, maybe I'll come round for a practice. You kind of have to all be invested or else
Yeah.
it don't work.
'Cause I think we're all mates before we're in a band. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like second to.
Start that, and then that's what works.
I think
Yeah.
the friendship comes first. You know what I mean? And when don't touch me. when we really get into that sort of like that sound, there's like a look that we all have, and we sort of look at each other and we know. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's like I don't know. It's the nicest thing I've felt for a long time, especially the meaning of the band, what it means to us. Before the band, I hope you don't mind me saying, I lost my dad to cancer, and I was lost for a very long time. And it was really bad, and it was like I never really knew where to go. I was gonna give it all up, and Sam, the first day I met him in that pub, he told me that he'd lost his dad, and obviously Brad had told me in college he'd lost his mum, and Finn's just one of those people. He's a hard worker, and it gets to him as much as it gets to all of us that we've all experienced some sort of stress or loss or just some really shit part of life. We've all been misled and sort of like hurt, and I think that comes out in the music, and we use it for the best.
All right, it's been lovely meeting you.
Yeah, lovely meeting, man.
Thanks, Sam.
Yeah,
Thanks,
yeah.
Finn.
Yeah, no worries.
Bo.
Gary.
Brad. All right, yeah.
Cool.
Dive.
Yeah.
It's been nice to dive in with you.
We'll nick that.
All right, see you in a bit.
Cool.
See you later, man.
Bye, Jmaes.
I think that's good though.
Everyone you know, from your local scene to your wildest dreams, ready to sell, let's go. It's time to listen to the Jmaes Talk Show.